CENTCOM U.S. military officials confirming 3 U.S. service members have been killed, 5 others wounded as part of Operation Epic Fury. This coming amid growing turmoil in the Middle East as the U.S., Israel, and Iran trade fresh strikes after the killing of Iran's supreme leader. Iran targeting Israel and U.S. allies in the Gulf. Israel says 8 people are confirmed dead after a missile barrage there, and the United Arab Emirates is reporting 3 dead. Neighboring Arab countries are on high alert as protests break out at U.S. embassies and consulates. Tear gas was fired as protesters gathered outside the U.S. embassy in Baghdad. And in Pakistan, several people were killed. We have extensive team coverage in the region and here in the U.S. But we begin with ABC News chief international correspondent James Longman in Istanbul, Turkey, with the very latest on this major escalation. James, we are just getting word of these first American casualties. What can you tell us about the American service members that were killed?
Yeah, that's right, Janae. The stakes in this conflict are just being raised every moment as this war continues and seems to spiral. We have a statement from CENTCOM U.S. Central Command saying as of 9:30 a.m. Eastern, March 1st, 3 U.S. service members have been killed in action and 5 are seriously wounded as part of Operation Epic Fury. Several others sustained minor shrapnel injuries and concussions and are in the process of being returned to duty. Major combat operations continue and our response effort is ongoing. It goes on to say the situation is fluid, so out of respect for the families, we will withhold additional information, including the identities of our fallen warriors, until the 24 hours after next of kin have been notified. There is, of course, a huge American presence in the Middle East. I'm not going to speculate on where exactly these casualties may have occurred, but we know that there are a huge number of U.S. troops in the region, not just those that were sent by the White House, by Donald Trump over these last few weeks, but the permanent presence that the U.S. has all across this region, some 35,000 U.S. service personnel. You will remember, though, Janae, that when Donald Trump made his announcement that these strikes were happening, he did concede that there may well be U.S. casualties. He said the lives of courageous American heroes may be lost and we may have casualties. That often happens in war. He went on to say that this is something that needs to be done for the security of the United States. There's a suggestion that the war was launched to stop Iran from launching missiles at the U.S. homeland and, of course, to neutralize whatever efforts the Iranians are making at rebuilding their nuclear capacity. That is the information we have at the moment on those U.S. casualties. It just goes to show how serious the situation remains, and it is ongoing. The Iranians continue to fire at will across this region. So far, it's been at U.S. bases, permanent installations across the Middle East. A number of Gulf countries have been in the firing line. I think at the last count, 8 countries outside Israel across this region have been targeted by drones and missiles by the Iranians. And here, the first American casualties of this war.